Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Teenage Modern News Turtles podcast. So, as you guys probably know, I haven't posted since like last August. And funny story, that is actually because our friend Joseph decided to quit and leave me without a co-host. And also because I was in sophomore year of high school and that's like really busy for me, so I didn't really have time to like coordinate all of that. But trust, I am back and we are going to start posting seasonally. So I know that I missed like 3 seasons. So what's going to happen is this is the winter episode, and then the spring episode is going to come out next week, and then the summer episode will come out by the end of the summer. And I'm getting all of that done right now. Like, trust, guys, I got it covered. But you might be wondering, Soha, why didn't you just get rid of the podcast? Like, what is the point of doing this? And that's because, like, number one, I want to be able to put it on my college applications, because, like, otherwise, what's the point in starting it? But also, like, I wanted to have, like, an outlet to talk about things like this, to talk about, like, my political values, to discuss things happening in the world, because I feel like now, especially, there's so much going on that is just not being reported very often, and like you don't get to hear a lot of opinions on it. And so I wanted to make sure that I'm in a being in a place to share my opinion, like, or to not like be particularly affected by a lot of this stuff. I wanted to be able to share my opinion on it. Oh, and also, so it's not just going to be me. Usually I will have a guest come in for the fun portion. So, like, we split up the episode into the politics and into like more of a fun topic. That's why today's episode is called Laws and Labubus, because we're going to talk about laws, which is just going to be me. So the political stuff, usually it will probably just be me. I'm working on getting another co-host. It's not really working, but I will try my best, you guys. But I'll make sure like you guys have a guest for every single like fun episode, because like, I don't know, you don't want to just hear me yap about everything. But so today's episode is called Laws and Labubus. It was a little bit of a misleading title, particularly because I'm going to talk about one bill that was just signed into law, and it's called the One Big Beautiful Bill. And then Labubus, that'll be later. We have like a special guest for that, so you guys should get excited. But yeah, so I'm going to give you a rundown on that entire bill, and I'll give you my opinions on it at the end of it. And, we'll just see how it goes. So let's get into it. The One Big Beautiful Bill, just for some background information, all of this is according to the official White House website and CBS and the actual official bill that was put into law. I combed through all 900 pages for you guys, so you're so welcome. So just like, again, for some background information, this bill passed very narrowly by the House. I think it was like a 1 vote difference by the Senate, and was signed into law by President Donald Trump on July 4th, 2025. So it's targeted towards cutting spending. However, as estimated by CBS, none of this is like according to me, guys, it will cause $3.4 trillion in financial debt, and cuts funding to healthcare and nutrition programs like Medicare or SNAP, which is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which, like, if you didn't know, it's like that's where food stamps and free lunches come from for kids. And it's shifting most of the funding for those programs to state budgets. It's a huge new bill, like a very, very, very long new bill. And it's 887 pages. So I broke it down into 4 sections for you, and I think the bill is like broken down into 4 sections. I didn't break it down. I didn't write the bill. Let's get into segment 1. So this one is called Make American Families and Workers Thrive Again. So this is one of the largest tax cuts in history. There's 7 brackets, right? It's like class divisions. It's based on your gross income of the year. Yeah, and so if you're in bracket 4 and you make less than people do in bracket 4, you are going to get a lot of tax cuts. But if you're in bracket 5 or 6, those are very minimal tax cuts. And then the next big tax cut, like I think by 2.5%, is in the 7th bracket. So that's like the highest earners, okay? And then you also will get more money back for taxes from child tax credit. So if you don't know what that is, basically if you register that you have a child in your household or you're caretaking for a child, in your household, you can get like a tax refund of around, I think it's $2,200 per child. It used to be like 1,000. It increases income deduction, so they're going to take more taxes from your income, so it's from 20 to 23%. It increases exemption provisions, so more people can be exempt from taxes. There's no income tax on tips, overtime, car loan interest, but it like includes different tax deductions. So it's all like it has conditions to it. It extends the use of 529 plans for students. So if you don't know what a 529 plan is, it's basically like a government savings account that's put towards students' educations. So like now they can use it for elementary school and secondary school and like test funding and things like that. So like you can use your 529 account for like APs, things like that. And it extends disaster and loss funds. And then this is one that I don't see a lot of people talking about that I caught my eye personally. They have these new things called MAGA accounts, which doesn't stand for like Make America Great Again. It's basically like a Trump fund is what the White House called it. What the MAGA accounts are is any US citizen who has a child who is a US citizen can open an account with the government, and like anybody can contribute to this account. It's basically just money, and the kid will be able to access it by the time they're 18. And for every MAGA account opened that's like eligible, the Secretary of Treasury will go through them and be like, which is eligible. For every eligible one, they'll put $1,000 in it. Like the government will contribute $1,000. So it's like basically a new government fund to help kids in America, I guess. But it's like you have to like there's like a bunch of eligibility credit for it. And then there's some things about like health savings account, but it's not very dramatic. It just adds a lot of flexibility to it. So that's basically all in section 1 that's like very important. And then this is section 2, which is about rural America. It's called Make Rural America and Main Street Grow Again. So there's cuts on experiments and scientific research, so not as many taxes will go to that. And it increases deductions on international income a lot. So if you don't know what international income is, basically if you're working from here with an international company, so say your company is actually like based in Tokyo, but they take workers from here and they have like work stations here, right? Like they have branches here. If the company is based in like another place, your income can get decreased by, there are two different types, and it wasn't super clear on like what they meant by it, but it can get decreased by up to like 50% now. And then it lowers taxes for larger corporations from 12.5% to 10%. It inspects opportunity zones more thoroughly. So if you don't know what an opportunity zone is, it's a place where basically like there's like a lot of poverty there. And so it's a place that the US government can help rehabilitate and like help out the people there, and they'll be taxed a lot less. So each state has like a requirement to highlight the OZs in their area and report at least 25% of them. Like they have to pick 25% of the cities that they have highlighted to the US government, and then those are highlighted as like opportunity zones. So this changes it so that at least a third of the cities reported have to be rural areas, and if there aren't that many, it has to be all the rural cities that there are on the list. And then this was like the strangest one to me. Like I'm sure there are like a lot of like different things proposed in this, but I thought that the strangest one, there's no longer a tax on, like they used to take an excise tax. I think it was 10% from tanning salons, and they just took that away. So now there's like not really, other than like the normal tax put on companies, there's not an excise tax on tanning salons anymore, which I just thought was like very like oddly specific, but that's my opinion. And then there's also no interest on loans for rural properties. For manufacturing businesses, it used to be that if you make under $25 million a year, like you would be able to get tax cuts because you're a small manufacturing business, so you're providing a necessary service. So like they would give you easier tax cuts, but now it's increased. So if you make less than $80 million a year, you can get tax cuts for that. So that's one of those. And then that's the end of section 2. So section 3 is called Make America Win Again, which is the section that I've heard the most about. There are different like measures, so it's arguably the most controversial section. The first one is a little tame. It's there's less credit given to those who produce usable cars. So like you used to get again, you used to get credits. So the government would give you money if you could produce usable cars, but now it's like there's just less. Like you don't get as much. So like you're less likely to get a credit if you apply for one and you make usable cars. And then this is one of the also the very controversial sections. So there's termination of a lot of clean energy bills. So clean energy car, like people who produce clean energy cars, they no longer get supplements. Clean energy homes no longer get supplements. There's reductions for credits for manufacturing or selling clean electricity, as well as facilities who are determined to be completely clean. Like if you work in a factory and they're like, "Oh, we'll be completely on green energy by 2030." Okay, so they used to get credits from the government, but that all of those credits will be phased out completely by 2032. There's no credit for energy or anything from foreign entities. So, like if you were bringing in clean energy, but it was from a foreign country, they used to like not really care. They just cared that it was clean energy. But now, if it's from any like any foreign entity, like you don't get credits for it, especially enemy, like labeled as enemy countries such as the DPRK, China, Russia, Iran, or like different influences of them. So those are obviously political conflicts. It also phases out credits for nuclear energy, so like nuclear, what's it called? Fuck. Oh, so nuclear plants, or clean hydrogen production, they'll no longer get credits for it. It phases out most clean energy credits and funding from the 2022 Inflation Reduction Act, and it ends the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund, which basically it was a fund set up to like finance nonprofits who were reducing pollution and greenhouse gas emissions and like local communities. So it's focusing on communities. So that's done. Like it's completely wiped out, but any existing contracts are still like happening. So those are all the great like the clean energy measures. And then SALT, which is state and local taxes. SALT cap is basically like that's how much money you can deduct from your taxes. And so like if you do an itemized deduction, the most you can get is $10,000 off. Um but the cap is increased from 10,000 to 40,000. So it allows people with higher deductions to take more off their taxes, which usually includes wealthy homeowners. So this is mostly beneficial to like homeowners in New York, California, like people with a lot of money and a lot of things to take to make deductions. But it can also benefit other people, but it's like those are mostly who we're looking at. It rids companies of loopholes to pay CEOs or top employees more. It increases taxes on colleges and universities. It raises taxes on all types of private foundations except those making more than 5 million. So if you're getting like over 5 million a year in donations, you don't like your taxes aren't raised, but it raises taxes on all other private foundations. And so copyright or name and logo royalties, like they're now labeled as taxable income. So if somebody's using your logo and you get money from like the copyright from that, that's taxable. And now only research that's completely available to the public is taxing them. So earlier it was any research that you apply to like through the government, that's tax exempt, like you're fine. But now it's only if you're going to make your findings free to the public, no charge, no nothing. That's only when it's tax exempt. There's also some stuff about foreign policy. So this mostly addresses the tariffs, I'm assuming. So anytime the Secretary of Treasury deems some quote unquote unfair tax from a foreign country, they can put a tax on that country at a minimum of 20%. So if the Secretary of Treasury is looking through all the other countries' policies determining like on them and they're like, wow, this is kind of unfair, they can tax that country, but it has to be more than 20%. Like they can't do under that. Nothing can enter the US without duties now. So it used to be under $800 they could enter the US, like it doesn't matter. But now nothing can enter the US, like no matter what. Um, and then this is another really controversial section. So it addresses illegal immigrants, or quote unquote aliens, which is now like the term for them. And this includes lawfully present people, which includes green card workers, people on work visas, refugees, those seeking asylum. This includes all of them. So it eliminates tax credits for those not here permanently. It's if they approve of you, you can get it. But if they don't approve of you, you can't. They're not allowed Medicaid, even if they are below the poverty level, which they used to be allowed to before. And it makes other cuts to Medicaid, which I like didn't mention, but it makes other cuts as well. Around 11.8 million people are going to lose healthcare with this new bill. It limits Medicare, like no illegal immigrants or like even people who are lawfully present can get Medicare anymore. It puts taxes on remittances, like money sent back home. So if you are here from Mexico and you're sending money to like your mother who's back home, that's taxed. That's going to get taxed. There's an increased budget for border wall construction, and it's sending $75 billion to ICE to continue their deportations. And there's also now, so if you're coming into the country seeking asylum, there's a fee to seek asylum now. And it's not much. It's like $100, I think. But like that, there's a fee to seek asylum now. That's the last of like those measures. And then it adds AI to Medicare to track payments. It's taking tax off of hostages in foreign countries. So if you are like taken hostage, you used to like be taxed for the time you were gone, but now you're not anymore. They can take away the tax exempt status of organizations that the Secretary of Treasury determines supports terrorists. Nonprofit organizations that aren't being taxed or organizations that just are tax exempt. If the Secretary of Treasury is looking through their like financial records and they're like, wow, this supports an enemy country or this supports like a terrorist organization that we've identified, they take away that tax exempt status. Like they're not allowed to have it anymore. And so that's the end of section 3. And then section 4 called increase in debt limit. And it's literally just one thing. It just increases the national debt limit by $4 trillion. And so that is the total bill. That's basically all there is to cover. It's time for my opinion. Okay, so I just want to preface this by saying I am in no way trying to influence anybody with my opinion. Like, you can think what you want to think. I do not want to influence anybody or like shame anybody who has a different opinion than I do. It's my opinion, and I have my own thoughts and beliefs. Um, and so that like that doesn't have to infringe on you. I just this whole podcast, the point of it is to share my own opinions and how I think and how I see things. I have no intention of changing anybody's opinion or trying to make anybody think different. Um, so now that that's out of the way, I would like to preface this by saying I am not the biggest fan of Donald Trump. Like, I do not agree with like a lot of his policies. I think that he does have some good ideas and he does have some good to him, but I personally, I do not agree with a large amount of his beliefs, and I just don't like him as a person, frankly. Besides that, I don't think that this bill is like particularly good. Like, not good is like very objective because it does a lot of good. Like, it cuts taxes, it'll help out like the working class, it'll help out rural areas a lot. But I also just I cannot get over the constant cuts to necessary programs such as Medicare or SNAP. SNAP is basically we get free lunches at school, but now because SNAP is cutting so much funding, it is likely that that free lunch will no longer be existent. Millions of people will lose Medicare. 11.8 million people losing Medicare. It doesn't sound like a very good bill if 11.8 million people are going to lose their access to healthcare. I don't think that tax cuts can balance out the fact that people are going to lose their lives because of this bill. Because if people don't have access to healthcare, how else are they going to afford it? Inflation rates are so high, people are working like 3 jobs. The job market, number one, is terrible. It's like it's not a very good time for the economy right now. And just cutting taxes, I don't think that cutting taxes is going to help as much as healthcare is. Like, obviously people need that money. Like, it's good to get tax deductions, but as we've seen from a lot of this, most of these tax deductions are helping wealthier people. It's not just like the working class. Like, obviously it's helping the working class. This is one of the biggest tax cuts in history. I just think that the cutting of the class sizes is so strange. Like, the highest cuts are in the fourth bracket. So the fourth bracket is people making over 95,000 a year, but under 182,000 a year. Like, I'm sure like tax cuts are going to benefit everybody, and $100,000 is hard to live off of on its own in this like economy, right? But like that's the largest tax cut made. And then the second largest is obviously the third and second, but it's also the people making $578,000 and over also got a 2.5% tax cut. And nothing in between got that. Like, a 2.5% tax cut for some of the richest people in our society cannot be beneficial for everybody. And while like it's obviously tax cuts are good, like I'm not like against that. And the child tax credit that getting raised, that's good. That's good. And no taxes on tips, no taxes on stuff, but all of this has like conditions to it, you know? Like, oh, you're getting tax cuts, but so are the people making more money than anybody in the world right now. And oh, like there's no tax on tips, but we're also taking more from your income. Like it feels like everything has a price to it. And while a lot of it is good, I just feel like there's so many people who are going to suffer. Like it's not going to benefit America the way that some people think it will. And then the MAGA accounts, that's literally what they're called. They're called MAGA accounts. And I just feel like this is another way to like basically harbor money for wealthy children. The government is basically, this is an excuse for the government to give money to white Americans. It's okay, so the term MAGA, it's not even Make America Great Again, it's money accounts for growth and advancement. But there's no way you are going to catch somebody who voted for Kamala Harris opening a MAGA account. So I feel like this is just another way for Trump to give money to his supporters. Like, did you see how Elon Musk gave like a Trump voter like a bunch of money? This is another thing like that. He's basically just gifting his voters money. And I think that I just cannot agree with this bill because, like, I have to go back to the Make America Section 3, the most controversial one. There's so much clean energy, like, work that is going to be reversed by this because people who are in clean energy homes, moving to green energy is not cheap. Like, getting credits from the government, getting supplements from the government, that's how a lot of people are living with clean energy. It's difficult, like, to make the switch. And it's expensive to make the switch. Like, those supplements are carrying a lot of people. And taking those away is basically gonna financially ruin them and make it more difficult for new people who want to switch to clean energy. It's going to make it hard for them. Like, they're not going to be able to. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me because, like, the world is literally going up in flames right now. Like, this is the opposite of what we need. And like the illegal immigrant stuff, like it really gets on my nerves because those who are lawfully present are people with green cards, work visas, refugees, people who need health care, who live in America. Like, I just think that's so strange because if people are coming in here from a place where they couldn't get doctors, they couldn't get healthcare, they couldn't even live on the streets like safely. Like this is what people come to America for. They come for safety. And they're being met with, no, you can't get healthcare. You have to pay for this. You have to pay for that. You have to pay for this. You have to pay for that. A tax on people seeking asylum is insane to me. Like, if somebody is seeking asylum, they are in such a war-torn country that they cannot even get out by themselves, right? Like, people in Gaza are seeking asylum right now. People in the Congo are seeking asylum right now. People are seeking help. They need help, and they have to pay a fee for that. Like in so many of these places, there's not even money because there's not even food. There's barely even food in places that people are seeking asylum. How are they going to scrounge together $100? I don't even have $100. Like what? I don't like. It doesn't make any sense to me, and it doesn't like. None of this feels beautiful, but it does feel big. Like this is a lot of big steps that are not going to benefit anyone but the rich and the wealthy because the working class is still sinking, and a 2% tax cut is never going to help that. It doesn't make any sense to me. And increasing the debt limit by $4 trillion is not going to help. But like, what? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, we are already in a terrible financial state. America, the inflation is terrible. Like, everything's really, like, the economic state in America is really bad right now. So that's kind of all I have to say. I kind of raged a little bit. Sorry, guys. Like, I just feel like this is rage bait. Calling them aliens, I know that's the legal term now, but calling them aliens in like an official bill is just so like insane to me. I literally cannot get over it. Um, but yeah, that's all I have to say. Hi, everybody. We're back with our little fun segment, and we have our guest for the next 3 episodes. Layla, say hi.
Hi.
For anybody new here, this is just like a fun segment. It's short, but we just talk about something fun that's going on in like pop culture. And so this is probably the only part of the episode that will have a co-host for the next few episodes because as we know, Joseph quit. So, yeah, while I try to find a new co-host, that's who's going to be on here. So our first guest is Layla. Please be kind to her. So if you couldn't tell from the title, our topic today is Labubus. So what do you have to say about okay, so if you didn't know what a Labubu is, it's like these creepy looking dolls and they're just so like weird and I personally don't like them. But I'm assuming most people know what they are. So Layla, how do you feel about Labubus?
Personally, I do not like Labubus. They are little demon-like looking things, and I hear rumors about them like moving around in people's homes and other things like that, and they just seem very creepy, and they have like a creepy demon-looking smile, and they look like demons, and I'm pretty sure they're derived from like
yeah, they're like derived from like a picture of a demon.
Like I forgot what it's called. It's a La Choo Choo or something.
No, I don't like Labubus because I feel like they're just like so representative of consumerism. Like it hurts me. Like as soon as people like started being like, oh, these things are cute, everybody started buying them, and I just thought that was so stupid. Like I hate Labubus because they just like they're so ugly and they don't even do anything, but they're just like there's little things that just like I don't know. You just keep them. And I feel like it's the same thing with, like, the Dubai chocolate or, like, the Moonbeam. No, Dubai chocolate is good. Like, I'm not saying any of these things aren't good, but I just feel like they surge in popularity so fast. Like, it's like there's that whole group of things like Labubus, like matcha lattes, matcha everything. And I love matcha, I really do, but, like, matcha everything, Dubai chocolate, like it's like all of those, like everything does not need to be whatever's on Instagram Reels right now. And like I just hate that that's what's popular, like because it used to be like the Cabbage Patch dolls, and then it was like bro, I'm like on toy TikTok or something, but it was the Cabbage Patch dolls, and then it was those little furry gummies or the Calico Critters. Yeah, the ones where they do like I left my boyfriend and cheated on him. Like the ones where they make those. I love those videos. You guys go check them out. Dolls. But I've been talking for a while. What do you have to say, Layla?
I said what needed to be said. I do not like Labubus, and I believe that they will get people in the night. Because I see videos like people are like, oh, like my Labubu doll is moving. I did not move it there while I was sleeping. It's like, you know, like Annabelle, like they're like, oh, she's in Texas, maybe she's leading them off.
No, I keep seeing the TikToks that are like, oh, we're summoning Annabelle with our Labubus. Yes, because they're so freaky looking. And did you see somebody took the fur off the Labubus and it was so crazy looking? That's like the outside part, and then it's just like the inside that's just like the freaky looking baby. No, I know, they're so creepy looking, and they have that weird song. La boo boo, la boo boo, la boo boo. I'll make that the theme song for the post. La boo boo, la boo boo. Everybody knows the song. It's like a thing. No, but I keep like
This matcha tastes like nothing.
Did you see that lady who was like this 24 karat gold Labubu?
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that's 24 karat gold.
Yes, I saw the video of that 24 karat gold Labubu lady. And then there was this one old lady. She had like dementia, and her grandson was like, oh, look, it's a Labubu. And she said, those things are ugly. Why do you buy them? And he said, I bought 1,000 of them for $30 each. She said, that is a waste of money. Why would you do that? And I think the same way. Because why would you buy 1,000? If you bought 1,000 Labubus and it was $1.
It's like $70.
Exactly. If you buy one and it's $30 each, 1,000 Labubus for $1 is $1,000. So that's like $30,000.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Look
yes,
at that
yes.
math queen. If you guys could tell, Layla's really intelligent.
Yes. Oh my God.
But anyway. No, but I just think, why are they so expensive? Like, you're basically paying to have a demon in your home.
Exactly.
And this, like, genuinely, this has nothing to do with religion. Like, they look like demons. Like, if anything was haunted, it would be a Labubu.
It would be a Labubu. And now everybody likes them, and they're, like, ugly.
No, I was the first person to hate on Labubus.
Oh, because Lizzo said, whatchamacallit?
What did
Lizzo like to dress up my Labubus. Oh, you can't even outdress my Labubus. And I was like, what is a Labubu? Because it just sounds like boo-boo, and that sounds really gross.
I don't even like that. I used to think it was a Labuboo.
Labuboo?
Yeah.
Labuboo?
Why name them a Labubu?
That's so gross.
What a strange name.
That's an odd name when you think about it. Like, La?
I just think it, like, reflects on how easy people are to, like, follow celebrities and follow, like, what they do.
Oh, and with that, Raya thing, that Raya app, bro, there's no celebrities on that app.
What Raya app?
If you don't know what Raya is?
What?
Basically, Raya is, like, a dating app for celebrities only, so you have to get accepted.
Mm-hmm. I know that is.
And you have to pay money. But literally, what they do is they pay celebrities to make an account on there, and then they'll match random people with the celebrities. Celebrities don't even know who they're matching with. And then they don't text them. They don't actually, like, go on dates with them. They just match with them. And then the people who get let in are, like, small influencers and stuff like that. And then they pay a whole bunch of money so that they can match with people who will never text them back.
Why would a celebrity want to be on a dating app?
Exactly. You are the dating app. You're a celebrity.
Like, that sounds like hell.
Exactly.
Genuinely.
Like, what's it called?
Because I feel like if I was a celebrity,
Michael
I wouldn't want to
Jordan?
date another celebrity.
Really? That they only date each other. That's the thing. They don't date, like, non-celebrities.
No, I feel like if I was a celebrity, I'd have to date somebody who I knew before I was a celebrity.
No. If I was a celebrity, I would date another celebrity because I would want somebody to be on my level of, like...
And I feel like it would
fame.
never be real.
Yeah. Well, you could find somebody real, like, as a celebrity, like...
Tom Holland's in there.
Yeah. And then, like, Adam Sandler and his wife. I forgot her name.
But in every single movie they're in, he's always with some other random girl.
Yeah. But she doesn't really mind because I don't think she wants to play a mother.
Plus, she gets put in those movies a lot, too.
Exactly.
But she'll be like the neighbor.
Exactly. No. Like, in that one movie...
I love Adam Sandler. I think he's so funny.
He's so funny. I actually love Adam Sandler.
And he's not at least I don't think he's problematic.
No, he's not. Like, the only problem people have with him is the fact that he'll wear, like, a sweatshirt to, like, the Tonys. But who cares? Like,
I mean, that's his look. Like, I don't know.
Like
there's a reason he's Adam Sandler.
Exactly. Like,
Adam Sandler, what are you doing here?
Adam Sandler.
Waiting for them to play
here?
Gangnam Style. We should both go out for dinner, but show up dressed like Adam Sandler.
Why would we? No, we should have a party.
An Adam Sandler party.
Steve Harvey's. We should all dress up like Steve Harvey and get bald caps and suits.
A bald cap party.
No, us.
No, because then people can be the Lorax.
No.
And Shrek. No, we should do a bald cap party.
Steve Harvey.
No, it can't specifically be Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. No, we have to all get the mustaches and the suits and then go around town.
But that's not... I feel like if we just did bald caps and everybody was a different bald person, it would be fun. One could be Gru, one could be the Lorax, one could be Shrek, one could be Steve Harvey. Can I be Gru?
I'll be Steve Harvey.
Yeah, you can be Steve Harvey.
No, I'll be The Rock.
No, you're not jacked enough to be The Rock.
I'm so jacked.
Wait, back to Labubus. That's all for today on the Teenage Modern News Turtles. Thank you so much to Layla for coming to join.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for listening in. Make sure to tune in next time. I know I've been kind of behind on all the episodes for like the past, I don't know, really long, but I promise I will start getting them out more consecutively now that summer is here. So yes, this is going to be probably technically our winter episode. And then the spring episode will be out next week. And then I'll have the summer episode out probably by the end of August because that's when summer's over. And then I will see what I can do for you guys by then. But Layla will be on the next episode. So everybody, she will be back. Okay, thank you guys for listening in. And I hope you have a wonderful day.